Hey church, I hope you all have been having a super great week so far. I want to encourage you today to worship God by using your gifts. In John 15 verse 8, it says, "My Father is glorified and honored by this when you bear much fruit." When you use the gifts that God has given you, it's an act of worship. What makes God smile? Some people may think God smiles when you're praying or singing praises or maybe going to church. But the truth is, God smiles when you use the gifts that He's given you. When you're doing what you were wired and shaped to do, it's like God says, "That's so cool. I created them to do that." God shaped some people to run and others to bike really well and others to surf. And these people are just so good at it, just like we're seeing in the Olympics right now. I think God looks at them and says, "That's so cool. I created the wave and I created the surfer. This is just so cool." You don't have to always be doing something spiritual to bring God glory. Anytime you're using God's gifts for His glory, it's worship. But God has given specific spiritual gifts too. He's gifted some people for teaching the Bible, while others make a big difference serving behind the scenes. Some people are great evangelists, while others help fellow Christians to hear God's voice more clearly. The Bible says, just like we opened up, it says, "My Father is glorified and honored by this when you bear much fruit." When you use your gifts correctly, God gets the glory. And you certainly can't please God with gifts you don't have. God doesn't expect you to be talented or gifted at everything. He just wants you to worship Him by using what He's given you. In the Bible, the words joy and gift actually come from the same Greek word. And so when you use your spiritual gifts, it brings joy to God, and it also brings joy to you. It's like God says, "You're doing what I created you to do." And you say, "This feels just so good." The best feeling, I believe, comes from using your gifts for God's purpose, knowing you're worshiping God by doing what He's made you to do. It's one of the greatest thrills in this entire world. So I hope this encourages you guys this week. I just want to leave you with a few questions to reflect on. So what do you believe God has created you to do? And how are you using your spiritual gifts, your heart, abilities, personalities, and experiences to worship God? And lastly, describe a time in your life when you were using your gifts to serve others. What was that like? I hope you guys are encouraged, and I look forward to seeing you this Sunday. Bye.